What's up, guys? B Train here. I'm back. It's been 5 months, and I just want to talk about what I've been up to. Since the launch of Noble Duty, which came out in September, I want to talk about what happened during launch, what happened after it, where I've been up to, and my plans for 2026. The first thing I want to talk about is actually leading up to the launch of the game. I've released a trailer on YouTube. You guys can see it. It got 33,000 views. I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting like 3,000 views. It went off great actually. I was impressed what happened there. Um, I actually did not work on the trailer myself. I commissioned it off somebody, and like he did an amazing job with it. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, he did an amazing job. Like I did not expect 33,000 views on YouTube. That was like 10x what I expected. I'm not even sure how it got so popular. I think like YouTube algorithm took over or something like that. Cause I shared it to like a few news outlet, and that was pretty much it really. Um, but yeah, like after the launch of the game, I kind of reassessed and was thinking to myself, like, am I proud of the work that I put in this game? Like, ignoring feedback or anything, like, am I personally happy with what happened with the game? And my answer to that is definitely yes. I'm actually very proud of what I worked on it. Um, my last video, I did mention I spent $15,000 on the game. I worked about 2.5 ish years on it. There was some periods where I took a break and stuff like that, but I say like 2 years is kind of like realistic to what I worked on. So 2 years, $15,000. Did it pay off? Well, I recently got my Steam taxes and everything, and the answer is yes. I did broke even. At least until Uncle Sam get his tax cut, but it's cool. It's only been 5 months. After like a few months, I'll pay off my taxes anyways. Don't worry, I saved money for taxes. You guys don't have to worry about that. But yeah, like I am very happy with the result of the launch. Um, the trailer definitely made it look like it was gonna go crazy, but it was actually a very solid launch. It was about what I expected off of the game's launch. I think some people might think it didn't sell well because my review count is kind of low, and I that's totally fine. If any of you guys played the game and like you liked it or even dislike it, leave a review because I do read the Steam reviews. I do read YouTube comments. That's the best way for me to get feedback and to improve on my games. And people tend to decide whether they want to buy a game or not off Steam reviews. Like it will look they don't want to fully trust what I'm saying. They want to trust what other people are thinking about the game, right? And I think leaving Steam reviews is definitely one of the best ways to help out your like indie game developers out there that you really do like. Um, but yeah, like if you played the game, leave a feedback. I don't care if it's positive or negative, honestly. That part doesn't matter to me. I really just want the feedback, what worked, what didn't work, so I could keep improving on it in the next game. Yeah, so like I understand my game comes off very niche. Like it's a very small game. And when I say small, I mean more like indie versus the SRPG games you see out there. My game is about 15, 20 hours long, which I think for indie games, that's actually a pretty good playtime hours, but some people expect like a much longer game. Some people expect like a very big cast and things like that. I personally like the idea of making my SRPG game with like a big size JRPG cast, not as much as like an SRPG cast, if that makes sense. So I have like, 10, 11 playable characters in a lot of SRPG games of like similar games that are made. Usually it could go up to like 20, 30 plus characters. That's not really the type of game I want to make. I am not like, talking crap about any developers doing that type of stuff. I think that's what the players want. They should go for it. I see the appeal of it. I do like playing games like that. It's just not really the type of game I want to make. So I'm kind of just waiting off on that. Like my games is much smaller scope, smaller cast. I try my best to make each character feel very relatable, and I really want to make like my type of games. You know what I mean? Like is a B Train Studio experience. Um, but if you are into that type of stuff, definitely leave a review or a comment. I will read it. I'm gonna try my best to improve on everything that I get. Um, okay, and then what happened after launch? Well, I was a little burnt out. I wouldn't say I was like so burnt out I was like not working on anything. I actually was working on my third game right now. And I will say it is going. I did slow down a bit just because I wanted like a little break because after launching a game is like you kind of want a small break. You take like a month off to play some games or whatever. Um, but yeah, I am working the third game. I don't have much to show yet, but I do want to say that you want to play my first and second game first before playing my third game. Because of that, I do find it difficult to talk about it too much on YouTube. I do want to talk about it time to time, but it's just one of those games I feel like people just should play it. Like it's for the fans who actually like my games, and then they will play my third game, right? It's not really like a big net where I can get in a lot of new players to play my third game. So I'm in process of that right now. My goal is to finish it end of this year. Will I hit that goal? Who knows? I will see what happens. I that's my goal, but I want to see what happens. Um, and I am working on a few side projects on the side. Those games are beginner friendly. I am probably not going to release those before my third game. My third game does get priority to this year, and the progress is going really good right now. It is going right now. I am on track of finishing end of the year. We'll see what happens at the end. You never know with game development, that's for sure. Um, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Um, I also want to mention that I did have a Discord server, and I decided to close it. I just feel like at the size of my studio, it's really just me. And there's like moderators and stuff like that involved, and there's a lot more like community engagement stuff like that. I felt like it just wasn't for me. I know Discord was one of the best ways to get in contact with me. It was really easy. But ultimately I decided to simplify some things of how I am out on the internet. So the best way to contact me now is in my YouTube page. There is my business email. You can email me whatever you want, like YouTube, game dev, whatever. If you need to email me, go ahead and go for it. Outside of that, my comment always open. I read every comment. So if you have any question about my game or anything like that, feel free to just put a comment and I will respond to you. Um, and that leads into the future of this channel. So the future of this channel is I plan on doing more YouTube. Right now, the only social media platform I have is YouTube and Steam. And Steam is self-explanatory. That's where I post my games at. And I'm going to try to put more like announcement and like devlog type stuff on there. But I'm not going to lie. I feel like the Steam announcement page it's all right. I just kind of like doing it to show that like I'm alive and working on this game. But this YouTube channel is my main social media outlet now. So I plan on releasing a video bi-weekly or monthly. We'll see how it goes. And because of my third game, I can do some devlogs on it, but I do feel like it's harder to explain some things in it unless you play my first two games. I do want to do some like retrospective, like post-mortem type stuff talking about my first two games because now they're both been out for a pretty good while. And I do think it's some time to give it some love and a revisiting it and like what I think of the game. My first game came out like almost 5 years. That's crazy to think about. But yeah, it's been like 5 years. My second game's been out like 6 months. I think it's a good time to talk about it. I would definitely make some type of like like a retrospective type of video on it, like from the perspective of a developer. And I will be doing some more game dev videos. I do like talking about game development a lot. I plan on talking about the new SRPG Studio engine because that is the engine I'm using. I want to talk about kind of just what's going on in game development, general advice that helped me out a lot. I have been in this industry for 5 years. I am not a full time game developer, but I do feel like some advice I can give out can be useful for some developers out there. Not a one size fit all, but I do enjoy talking about it. It's good for me too because teaching is kind of how I fully grasp a topic. So I will be looking forward to doing stuff like that. I also have a goal where I want to be monetized on YouTube end of this year. Um, Obviously, my game sales is what I really want to achieve, but I do enjoy doing YouTube. It's just not my number one priority. My number one priority is my games, but YouTube is a really good platform. I really like learning how to make thumbnails, how to do video editing. I do like talking in a microphone. I'm still working on it. I can't say I'm like amazing at it or anything like that, but it's something enjoyable. It's a hobby of mine. It's the best way for me to talk about my games. So I will be looking forward to that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I really am glad that I'm back. 2026 is going to be a great year for the studio because I plan on finishing my third game. No promise on releasing this year though, because sometimes I don't like releasing end of the year just for personal reason. But I plan on finishing making the games by the end of the year. And then I do want to make this YouTube channel into something a little bit more special because I felt like I learned a lot over the years, and I do have some things I can show. I do have some success from Steam. I think it's a good thing for me to do this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to see you guys in the next video, all right? Take care.